guys, so in this video I'm just gonna go over 3 more examples about the trig functions, but that involves radical, which is a square root. So please take notes. I'm just gonna go over 3 more examples, so you should have 3 examples in your notebook for full credits, okay? So make sure you guys have everything in your notebook. So let's look at example number 1. You guys can pause the video and then copy this. Find the value of trig functions indicated, and then you guys have to find tangent of the data. Alright, so please pause the video and copy this right triangle. And if you can, please try to do it by yourself. Okay? So let's look at it. I have to find the tangent. Remember SOHCAHTOA? If you don't remember, always write down. SOHCAHTOA, so tangent is basically opposite over adjacent. So let's take a look. My data is where? Data is right here. So you guys have to use the given angle. So tangent data, I need the opposite side. So my data is here. So the opposite side is 20, right? What about adjacent? Adjacent side is the non-hypotenuse side that is right next to the given angle. So since my data is here, right next to the data, I have a 20. So over 20. So I have a 20 over 20. By the way, 20 times the square root of 2 is your hypotenuse because it's right across from the 90 degree. So we don't have to use hypotenuse for this one. All right, so 20 over 20, I can simplify a little bit further, right? Because I can divide everything by 20. So it's 1 over 1, which means it's simply just 1. So I just found the answer. Tangent data is 1 in this case. So 20 over 20. Okay? Easy. I didn't have to do anything with the radical. Let's look at example number 2. Pretty much the same questions, but you guys have to find the sine data, and then your angle, the position is a little bit different. So let's do this one together. Or if you want, pause the video and try to do it by yourself, okay? So sine data, sine is what? Opposite over hypotenuse. So my data is right here. The opposite side is 4. What about hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is always right across from the 90 degree. So 4 times the square root of 2. Can I simplify this fraction a little bit more? Yes. 4 and 4, it's 1 over 1. So I have 1 over square root of 2. That's it. And by the way, be careful. When you are taking ACT or some kind of a mathematic test or exam, you might not see 1 over square root of 2 as the answer if it's a multiple choice. Why? Because in high school, they always tell you to rationalize the denominator, which means they do not want to see square root on the bottom of the fraction. So how do you do 1 over square root of 2? Remember we did this on in first semester, I believe. You just have to multiply by its conjugate, or in other words, you just have to multiply top and bottom by the radical from the denominator. So square root of 2 times square root of 2. And since you are multiplying the bottom one, you have to multiply the top one as well. So when you do that, it's going to be square root of 2 over square root of 4, right? And you already know square root of 4 is perfect square. So it's going to be square root of 2 over 2. All right? They are basically same thing. Some people prefer this one. They really love to get rid of a square root on the bottom of the fractions. For me, I really don't care. This one is totally fine with me, 1 over square root of 2. And I prefer not to rationalize anyway because it's wasting time in my opinion. But just have to remember, you guys have to recognize those two fractions are same, okay? Because ACT, they usually tell you to rationalize the denominator. So please remember. Okay, example number 3. This is your last example. Please copy the right triangle. And this is pretty challenging problem. Try to do it by yourself. You have to use Pythagorean theorem first to find your hypotenuse, because we don't know. Okay? So pause the video and try to do it by yourself, and afterwards you can check the solutions. Here it is. So I use the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equal to c squared. So a is 4. I use my b as a 6 radical 5, and then I square them. So 4 squared is a 16. And this part, I just used the calculator and I got 180. And then I added both of them, so I got 196 equal to c squared. And what do you have to do? You have to take square root to get rid of the square. So c equal to 14, okay? So your hypotenuse is 14. Okay, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, right? So data is right here. Your opposite side is a 6 radical 5. What about hypotenuse? It's 14. That's it. You just have to simplify 6 and 14. 6 and 14, they are divisible by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 14 divided by 2 is 7. Therefore, you have 3 rad 5 over 7. Or 3 square root of 5 over 7. Okay? So that's it. You guys can submit your notebook right now and then do practice problems. It's only 5 questions. It's total 12 points. And then you will see the first problem is free response. So you guys have to type your answer, which is the fractions. And I ask you 6 trig functions. So cosine, sine, tangent, cotangents, cosecant, and secant. So just make sure you know how to flip the fractions for that one, okay? And that's it for today. Wednesday, I'm not going to post anything new. Just Wednesday assignments for the attendance. So make sure you do yes and no question to get attendance credit. And then I'll just put some more resource video and examples. All right, so nothing new. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys on Thursday and Friday for my 4th and 6th period. Okay, bye-bye.